Hello Pisces, and welcome to your Avalon Rituals reading for the month of May 2020. My name is Zoya. Thank you for tuning in. This reading is for you if your sun, moon or rising sign is in Pisces. Check your other signs as well. And I will use the Lenormand today again and the tarot. So I'm going to combine the two methods. The video should be around 30 minutes. I'm starting with the Lenormand and then pull cards on top of the Lenormand with the tarot. What I want to do first is, as usual, have a little tuning in, this time with crystal singing bowls. Last time I did this with a Tibetan singing bowl, today with the crystal singing bowls. If you would like to go directly to your reading, just go to, let's see, 2 minutes 30, maybe 3 minutes. If you would like to receive some healing, we have, by the way, the root chakra singing bowl and the heart chakra, so it's gonna be a balancing of the root and the heart chakra. And if you would like to jump to your reading, just go to 2 minutes 30 or 3 minutes. I will now shuffle your cards, lay them out so that you will see your cards in a second. Okay, Pisces. So I hope you can see the cards okayish. I know I'm outside in the garden, so the ground is a little bit wonky, but I do hope you're gonna see everything. And yeah, let's start with the reading. So May 2020. If you're new to the Lenormand, the Lenormand always has you in the card as in the deck as well. So I need to decide who in this reading or which card is indicating you. So no matter of your gender, you will be now this woman. Opala. No matter of the gender of your love interest is here indicated by the male person. So what I want to say first is that I do have you in the house of decisions here. So it seems like you have different options. You might be in front of a crossroad. You are very likely about to make a decision about something, and that is a topic that is really dominant here in the month of May. Let's have a look what's around you. I do see you looking onto partnerships and contracts. This could be anything where you have a connection with. This could be a romantic relationship. This can be a work contract. It could be someone that you just have a connection with. But it's getting really interesting over here because we do have the Tower here. And the Tower could mean a contract, that you're looking onto a contract of in a company, and this is a matter in the month of May. But also it can indicate, because the Tower can indicate a withdrawal of emotions or a physical withdrawal. So the Tower can stand for something like a separation. Also, the Tower is in the house of love. So I would say for most of you guys, this is about, okay, I see other cards already. Okay, one step at a time. I do feel like for many of you, this is about looking onto a relationship and maybe a withdrawal, a break, or maybe a final breakup. It might be someone is withdrawing the feelings, maybe you are withdrawing the feelings, and the, the feeling is more cold in this relationship. Also, the ring is in the house of the mice, and the mice are indicating a loss. So if I want to have a look what's something that you might lose or what you are fear losing in the month of May, I'm going to have a look in this specific placement here, and that's the ring. So it does seem like there is a decision that very likely for many of you is related to maybe ending a relationship here. And now let's go to the heart. The heart is here on the top position, so over here. The heart is in the house of the coffin, and the coffin indicates something that is ending, something that is maybe even grieving about something, being sad that something is good, that something is ending, an end that is final here. So it does seem like in your emotional life there is an ending or a separation. Let's have a look into the house of the ring, which again I do feel for most of you this is about a relationship. We do have in the house of the ring the mountain, and the mountain indicates there is a blockage, a challenge. So I do feel like this partnership is somehow blocked, or there's a challenge. Maybe there's a challenge where you feel like, I don't think we will be able to really solve this together. So that's maybe why you're thinking about making a decision. Maybe that was going on for quite a while already, and now you're like, through the challenge here, through the blockages, maybe the love got less and less, and that's why maybe there is here this possible, maybe it's a break, maybe it's like, okay, we need a break, maybe it's also like it could be a divorce, or an ending for good. So let's have a little look. Okay, the cards that are around you, I want to know a little bit more around you. So it seems like you are committed, or there is a connection with someone. There is something, it might be that you are a very intuitive person because you have the moon as a quality next to you as well. So the moon is talking about being very intuitive, being very, maybe even psychic abilities. It might be that there's something that you have an emotional depth, that there is something in your soul that is really, really deep. So these are the cards here. I do also see that the blockage here, this is the house of the blockage. So the mountain is blocking the house of relationship, but in the house of the challenge, I do see there is something regarding deep emotions. This could be also a trauma. Maybe there is an emotional trauma, and that is a blockage here in your relationship. And maybe this is something you have worked on for quite a while, and you're just not, it feels like it's just blocked and you're not getting anywhere. And that's why I do feel like for many of you this might come here to an end. So you yourself are in the house, as I've said, of the decision. So as I do feel like for many of you this is about a relationship, of course there is the partner, the love interest. So I want to have a look around this person here. 19, 11, 12. Okay, so this is interesting because he could be a she, of course. No, it doesn't matter about the gender doesn't matter. Is in the house of stress, nervousness, being very busy. So it might be that he is very stressed and very nervous. Something that could be related to emotions. Also, I do see with a child, which could either mean that there's a child between you guys. So for some of you, that might even talk about having a child together, or because we have the lilies here, let's have a little look. So around you there are the lilies, the stalk. It might be that you're pregnant if you're a woman, or if you're a man, that there is a child coming. That could be something. But if this is not about an actual child that is here between you guys, this can just also mean in general a new beginning. Something is changing, and this is also in the house of the child, so the child in the house of a child, which could mean that the child is coming into this situation, though things seem to be really looking like you guys are going to go separate ways. This can also mean that this person might be a little bit younger than you. It might be that your love interest could be a little bit immature in some aspects, but could be a little bit younger, could be quite a little bit naive with the child, or just have a very playful spirit in general. So the cards left and right to the people here are always indicating a little bit more about the qualities of a person. At the same time, we do have the rider here. So the rider would talk about someone who's maybe very active, likes to go out, likes to be social, likes to maybe do some sports, maybe is very active in a sport way or in a moving way, likes maybe to travel, to go out. So these are things I have regarding this person here. What's on the mind? So let's have a look into your thoughts. In his or her thoughts, we have the clouds. So this can also mean that there are some fears, some confusion going on with this person. But also it could be that the mind is clouded in a sense of maybe there are, what I already said earlier, maybe there are also some mental issues, some deep traumas, which could be something here as well. In your mind is, well, this looks like the family really. The house can stand for the family, the lilies can stand for the family, also for sexuality. So this can mean issues around the topic of sexuality or family in general that you think about. I mean, if a child is coming here in this whole situation that seems to be very challenging, maybe even close to ending, or maybe the thoughts about ending this situation are here, then of course you would think about the whole family situation here. And interestingly, the house is also in the house of the clouds, so we do have confusion about the family life, confusion about the private life, while also, and this is in your thoughts, while this same thing is just reversed here with the love interest, because this is the house of the house, which means, again, the same thing in your both of your minds. Confusion about the situation at home, confusion about the family life, the structure, the stability, the tradition, something maybe that was already going on for quite a while. So we have confusion here, definitely, for the both of you. Okay, let's see, where are the conflicts? This is, so I do feel that I'm gonna stick, I have to say I'm gonna stick with the whole love situation here, because I do feel that was something that was just popping out. So I won't really go into work unless that seems to be an issue here that really wants to come out. So I would, for the rest of the reading, focus really on the situations. I do feel like that's a massive thing here for you guys. I'm gonna go to the conflicts in a second, but what I want to say is, if I have a look around the destiny line, that's the lower cards, and I'm just going to pull them up so you can see them. We have here something ending, and the ending is lying, or the stagnation is lying in the house of the key. So the key is always about solutions. So it might be that you are at the end of your wisdom, and you just seem to not be able to find a solution here. With those two cards next to each other, we have also communication about an ending. So I do feel there is already communication about this situation. And also this is in the house of the finances, so there might be that finances, that there is some communication, letters or bills or something about finances here as well. Just because the letter is in the house of finances, but that doesn't need to be now a massive thing that is related here to the relationship. I just literally saying what I see here. We have, okay, so let's go further here. So then we have the book here. The book is knowledge. So maybe there is some truth about that situation that is coming out. Maybe something was hidden, and you're gonna talk about these things. Maybe while you're talking about the relationship, things will be brought to light. Truth, facts will be brought to light. And actually, I do see then there is the solution. So it does feel like, even though there might be communication about it, about an ending, things will be brought to light, and it might be that through this some of you are actually able to resolve this. And you know what? This is in the house of karma. So I do feel whatever this is, you are working through some karma, and you're going to find a solution to this karmic situation. For some of you, it might be ending the relationship. For some of you, you might be able to work through this, but you're gonna find a solution to this karmic situation. Let's have a look over here, because here is the karma, here is the cross. So the cross is also next to the challenge, to the blockage here. So this is a karmic blockage. This is something you were meant to work through. And also the karma is in the house of the book, which again is knowledge. Book can also mean studying, so it might be that you want to study something, but I do feel like there is something hidden. Could be something like personal trauma that was hidden, that you are able to talk about, and that some truths are being brought to the surface again, like I said already earlier with the cards that are below. And this is also related to the karmic situation. There is also something that is probably being let go of. The scythe always says, okay, a clean cut, let's make a clean cut here. But this is also seems to be related here to the ship, and the ship is a journey. This could be a journey to a friend, because it's in the house of a friend. Maybe one of you is thinking about, okay, you know what, we need a break, we need to make a cut here, I'm gonna go to a friend, or to a helper. It doesn't need to be a friend, it can be a supportive person. So this can be literally anyone who is supporting you in this time. So it might be that some of you are saying, you know what, we need a little break here, let's have a little cut, and let's go away for a bit to just like get some air between the whole situation. I want to have a look around this is your house, and in your house is the stork. So this can indicate being pregnant in general. This also can indicate going through a big transformation, like an inner transformation. Again, this can be being pregnant and getting a child, becoming a child. But this can also be on a spiritual or personal development level. And this is always positive. So the stork always brings positive news, a positive change. So this is good to have this in your house. In the house of your love interests, we have the park. The park always talks about the public, so this can be the public, it could be your big social circle, it could be a team that you're working with. There's something about the public that plays a role or a part in this whole situation for your love interest at the moment. So, okay, what are we doing next? Yeah, let's have a little look around the heart card that is here. One thing I already said is that it's in the house of the coffin, and we do have actually the decision here. So the crossroads is here as well. So as I've said again, you are in the house of a decision, and if I have a look what's around the decision, there are the topic of love, relationship, separation, new clarity, new hope is here as well. The star means a wish comes true, or that things are under a good star, you are protected. So it might be that the situation, again with the karmic situation, there's a sense of destiny, this is meant to happen. Still, there is a good friend. I do feel there's a good friend or a support that is helping you. And also the decision is here related to the family, the home life, the private life. And so these are all the things related to this decision. The decision itself is in the house of the bear. So the bear can indicate parenthood. So that can be a topic here as well. The bear can indicate someone who has a big influence. It can also just simply mean that the decision is going to be one that is going to have a big influence on your life. But I do see this the star here, so I do feel like you are able to really, you will come into clarity here, and maybe things are a little bit confusing, but I do feel like there is a big spiritual lesson. It's also very destined to happen here, so I do feel you will be able to work through that. Okay, the conflict. Yeah, there is the card of the conflict is in the house of the ship, and also the rider is in the house of the conflict. So we have both times some kind of conflict regarding moving, something moving, someone moving, about being outgoing, going somewhere. There is some kind of conflict that is related to action, moving. Maybe this is literally about moving. What I want to do now is that I want to pull more cards for you from the tarot. Okay, oh, nope. So, what are the additional messages for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, so where can you see this? I'm just gonna try to lay it. I'm gonna start here. And this wants to come out. So we have a situation from the past, something from the past coming back here. It might be that someone tries to sneak away, to steal away. But this can also indicate the self-interest, someone just being really focused on oneself. This can mean something from the past in a sense of past life or from this life. This can relate to also to trauma here. So these two cards just came together. I'm just going to pull it a little bit more up. Those two cards came out together. They literally jumped out. So this could actually indicate that there is some kind of emotional trauma where maybe someone in the past just left you or left the other person, and this is somehow really building up. Maybe this is building up as far as someone not being able to let the emotions through, and maybe that is the issue here for some of you, that through a emotional trauma someone is cutting or like having the walls up and not letting the love come through. So this can be a meaning of this situation here. By the way, if you want your own personal reading, you can go to my website www.avalonrituals.com. If you subscribe to the newsletter, you will get 10% off your first reading. You can book a reading online, or if you have any questions up front, just message me through email. You can also connect on Instagram. I will put you all the links below this video. So what are the other messages here? Okay, now we have the Knight of Cups. I'm gonna wait for the next card that is coming out. If you like this video, if you resonate with it, please leave me a comment or a like or subscribe to the channel. Voila. Okay. So what are the next cards? So with those two cards, there is either a water sign. Maybe you're dealing with a water sign. Of course, this could be your energy. Someone who is reaching out again, offering the cup, offering stable emotions, wanting to really commit to the situation, wanting to work on the situation. So this is another part. I do feel like this is one part and this is another part. One of you like wanting to really commit and really work on this, but it might be that there are also some wounds involved, and I have to say I'm almost convinced that this is the case. But let me know how this resonates with you. Okay, Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is someone who is cutting herself off the things that are not serving her anymore. And that could be literally the energy of thinking, is it time to end this? Is it worth fighting for it? Can we work through the challenges? Or is it time here? See this scythe, what I said? Is it time to take a break? Oh my goodness, and we have the Two of Cups. That's the soulmate card, that's the partnership card. So yeah, the question is it that literally what I said just now, is it worth to work on this and to keep on working, or shall we have a break? Do we need to have a bit of distance to sort this out, or do we need to end it for good? Okay, use your intuition. I do feel like there are a few different scenarios, a few different ways, like literally like different options for the people watching now. Listen to your intuition, get into balance again. If you need to make a decision, make a balanced decision. Really listen to your own intuition and what feels right for you. The Ace of Cups. There are emotions. I literally, like with this card as well, I do feel there is love, but it seems like also it's not really coming through here. And also follow your heart, follow what feels right to you. This is the card that says balance. That's a little bit what I said here already. Balance your emotions, right? Make a decision. The twos are always a decision. And then it's about balancing the waves that you can see in the background of this card. Balancing the waves of emotions. Get into your center. Get into alignment again. This is also a card making something work. Is it still in a balance, like the good and the bad? Or is the bad already outweighing the good? Okay. So over time, this card has got a specific meaning to me, and that is negotiating. Are you able to share both sides? Is it able for you to share how you feel without blaming, just like simply expressing yourself? Is it able for you to also hold space for the other person to express how this person feels? And are you then able to compromise and can meet in the middle? Also, this card would say, if you think it's worth fighting for, then fight. Oh, and then we have a new beginning here. That is, by the way, the energy of the child in the house of the child, right? Let's have a little look. Yeah. The child in the house of a child. So it seems like there is the possibility for a new beginning here. And let's see what the next card is. Where is this new beginning leading to? Okay, a new beginning, but I feel like I want to pull another card, because that's a card of oh my goodness, that was too much. That's a card of sleepless nights and worrying, maybe worrying about the new beginning. Give me one extra card for Pisces here. Okay, so I do feel like these worries are about, okay, so I do feel there is a new beginning, but maybe the worries are that for some of you who are trying to like have a new beginning within the relationship, maybe this is what you are worrying about, that you are going to be in a codependent, unhealthy, in a toxic dependency or situation again. I do feel this talks about you being afraid that things will not change, even if you negotiate or maybe take some time. That I do feel this is about the new beginning and having sleepless nights and worries about the fact that it was a codependent or a toxic relationship, a toxic dynamic, and that this will come back again. Okay, so let me know if you resonated with this. If so, leave me a comment or a like or subscribe to the channel. I'm so looking forward to do those readings to you each month. If you want your own personal reading, just as I've said, go to my website, all the links below the video. Have a lovely day and take care.